Abner Vinicius, who goes to the floor. And a free kick to Leon. He got caught by Lebris. No doubt that's a free kick. No arguments from Teo Lebris. Teo Lebris, 23-year-old. Nephew of Regis Lebris, and he is a Lorient Academy player, so he's a player that's adored by the Lorient fans. More defending here, but there's going to be a delay. Teo Lebris has obviously come off second best in that challenge in the long term with Abner Vinicius, and it's going to be a free kick, but he's down on the floor at the moment. It's Teo Lebris. Played 20 minutes. French Ligue action this evening. Earlier on today in French Ligue 1, two strugglers met. Nice and Le Havre. 1-1 that was. Toulouse 0, Lille 4. We're waiting for this injury to be cleared up. Teo Lebris is being looked at by the Lorient medics. It does look like they might have to make a change. They're preparing a change, it seems, down on the bench. Lebris seems to be in some discomfort. The problem is a left knee problem for Teo Lebris. It seemed to come about from that challenge that he made on Abner Vinicius. He's back on his feet. I don't know if he's going to be able to carry on. A look of concern on the face of Olivier Pantaloni, the Lorient coach, and it looks like he's going to have to come off here. Knee injury, Teo Lebris. I just wonder if it rules him out for the rest of the season. He's been fantastic for Lorient this season. Let's hope it's not the last we see of him. Certainly won't be the last we see of him. He's limping off, barely able to put sufficient weight on that knee. You're not going to take any chances with an injury like that. Something clearly is wrong. So a change which we'll see. Looks like yes, Panos Katseras is coming on for Teo Lebris. He will slot in on the right hand side as the wing back. He's a 24-year-old Greek international. He's predominantly a wing back anyway, formerly with Catanzaro, and was in Italy for a while in the academy at Frosinone during their time in Serie A. It's a back pass from Tyler Morton has gone all the way back to his goalkeeper Dominic Greif. They will start all over again here. Well, Leon, who haven't made the breakthrough yet. Lorient will be more than happy the way things have gone so far. They've stifled Lyon. They've kept them to a half chance or two. Probably the best chance falling to Yalemchuk, whose header went over the crossbar. Can't think of any other big chances in the game really for either side. So a goal kick to the visiting side, Lorient. following the results this weekend. It's looking increasingly like two teams coming up from Ligue 2 will be Saint-Etienne, an immediate return for them, and Troyes, a return to the top flight for them. Oman are the only team that can realistically challenge those two at the top. Everyone's played 30. Troyes have actually only played 29, so they've got a game in hand. There will be 4 more games to play. There's the playoffs as well. Oman leading the way there. Red Star, Reims. Montpellier up there as well, Roudet. We shall see what happens. Well, one thing's for sure, these two teams will be in Ligue 1 next season. They will meet each other at least twice. Well, Lyon have got some strengthening to do. It's a young side. Hendrick is on the bench today. He seems to have lost his touch after a good start initially. Most of the attacking for Lyon has come down the left-hand side. 58%, 22 down the right, 20 down the middle. And yet we haven't really seen Moreira get at the fullback. Fullback that is now Katseras, who's replaced Theo Lebris, who's gone off. Noanate sends it out wide. This is Moreira back to Abner Vinicius, and Vinicius into the penalty area. He goes down under the challenge. No foul, says the referee. The ball had gone and seemed to go down a little bit too easily for the referees like it. Nothing clear cut. Pagis gets it again from Makenga. Kwasi's made a good run forward, but it's going to go backwards from Achu Avon. There's a calming influence in that midfield, the young 20-year-old Cameroon. It's very calming. Kadju sprinting forward, gets it back from Makengo. Kadju again, this time wide to Panache Katseras. The Greek edges it down the line to Makengo once more. Trying to get the better of Abner Vinicius and winning a throw-in, level with the edge of the penalty area. It's quickly chucked back to Kadju again, into the midfield. Avon to the edge of the penalty area. Pagis twisting, turning, trying to create something. Very tricky player. Kadju again. In comes Barmo Mighty's cross, cleared away at source by Niakate. And controlled in the midfield by Ainsley Maitland-Niles, but he's been firmly met by the challenge of Achu Avon. Here's Kadju. Play with a lot of confidence, this Lorient side. They've got some really good young players as well. Abdoulaye Faye's 21. Back three are all 23 or under. 20-year-old Chu Avon, 21 is Kwasi. Got some really good young players that have settled in so well in French Ligue 1, and I've no doubt there are some big clubs in France or further afield that will be looking at one or two of these Lorient players and saying, you know what, I fancy a bit of that. Well, they've got it was a youngster of their own here, Lyon, the 19-year-old debutant Steve Kango. Plays it back to his goalkeeper Greif, and now it's over to the left-hand side. Abner Vinicius back all the way to Niakate. Greif again. They haven't tested Greif yet, Lorient. 29 minutes gone. Tyler Morton, another one of those raking long passes that he does like to hit, over towards the left-hand side. Can't find Moreira. And this is Pagis. Delivers a high ball out, which Abner Vinicius controls with his back, and then turns and finds himself in acres of space. Clinton Mata jogging up to the halfway line. Tyler Morton gets it wide. Rashid Ghazel. Riding the challenge on the near side was Steve Kanga, winning a throw-in, taking in it quickly. All the way back to Clinton Mata. Well, they've had all the ball, Leon, but they're finding Lorient to be a tough nut to crack. Eleven draws this season. No surprise they drew last week with Parry. Parry themselves also have 11 draws, the most in the division, those two. So when they come together last week, he wasn't expecting anything else other than a 1-1 draw or a 0-0 draw, was he? But those 11 draws equate to 11 points, which, you know, without them they might be down towards the bottom, and they're into the penalty area here, and there's a good chance, and it was played just behind Avant. It's played back in again, and it might come through. It's teed up, it's a low drive, it's on target for Jean-Victor Makengu, teed up by Kwase, and it looked dangerous there, de Lorient. Low drive, comfortable save in the end for Dominic Greif, but first time he's had to attend to a shot that's been on target. I think it's fair to say it's the first time he's attended to a shot at all. 31 minutes gone, still the game void of a goal, and we're a third of the way through. Final 15 minutes of the first half. It's been very predictable from Lyon, to be honest, and it's been fairly straightforward. Lorient keeping them at bay. Maybe it can change here. Have the Vinicius deflects back to Tyler Morton, who gets it back out wide again to Noah Nate. Noah Nate to Abner Vinicius, and the dangerous Robin Yaramchuk nearly got on the end of it, but he was just climbing all over Adjei, and that's why the free kick has been given. He's good in the air, Roman Yaramchuk. That was a bit better from a Lyon point of view. So Lyon 0, Lorient 0. One change for Lorient. Several changes for Lyon, who bring in Yarwalchuk, Gazelle. Noah Nate's come in, Kango's come in as well. 3 shots apiece. It's not been one-way traffic, but by any means. Lots of possession from Lyon. But they're a stifling side, Lorient. Yet to go to Paris Saint-Germain. Yet to go to bottom club Metz as well. Their next 2 games are at home against Olympique Marseille and Strasbourg, who are both chasing European football. Quite enjoying the party pooper role at the moment. They're safe in mid-table. They're not going to make Europe themselves. They're far too far away from both European qualification and relegation worries. 33 minutes gone, and their game plan has worked relatively well here, because Lyon at this moment in time don't look that capable of breaking them down with ease. Remember, this is a Lyon side that haven't won in 9, so their confidence is bereft, as where Lorient are playing with a swagger, and you can tell they're in good form. They're enjoying their football. They're enjoying overachieving. Here's Pagis, who is a nippy customer. He's a really good player. Former Montpellier man, Pagis, signed in the summer. He was relegated last season with Montpellier. It's a whole different story this time around. He's so comfortable on the ball. He's looking very skillful. He's a player that's enjoying his football. One of the standout surprise packages as an individual this season in Ligue for sure. Pablo Pagis. Abdoulaye Faye inside to Adjei, who's slotted into that defence seamlessly. One change that was made for this game. 7 minutes to half time. Just wonder if the aerial threat of Yaremchuk is probably one thing that might unsettle Lorient from what we've seen so far. Have we seen the two wide men, Gazelle and Moreira, get to the byline? Not really, not delivering crosses. The width has not produced quality. Not so far. And a ball down the middle towards Yaremchuk, but it's headed away by Adye. Good header as well. They recycle it, sent out wide by Tyler Morton, but a good interception by Katsieris, who knocks it down the line. It hits Abner Vinicius and goes out for a throw-in. Amongst the subs today, Endrick, the 19-year-old Brazilian on loan from Real Madrid. Hit the ground running. Hat-trick in his second game in Ligue away at Metz, and you all think, oh, this guy's going to score lots of goals, but it hasn't really happened for him in recent weeks. He's only on the bench today. Around goalkeeper Mvogo, not too much of a test so far for him. He sprays a long left-footed clearance up to the halfway line. It's flicked on adequately by Jean-Victor Makengo. It's easy for Abner Vinicius. Now working through the lines with Clinton Mata. Gets it back from Tyler Morton. Mata again. This is Niakate, the Senegalese international, former Nottingham Forest and Mainz player. Very experienced 29-year-old at the heart of the Lyon defence. A chance to run here for Alfonso Moreira. Beats two, comes inside. Delivers a high cross out towards Steve Kanga, the 19-year-old on the right, but it's too high for him. Olivia Pantaloni. His cap on, concentrating on every kick and every move on the pitch. He has done a fabulous job. Took Lorient to promotion last season. No one gave him a hope of keeping them up, but he's kept them up with plenty to spare, and here they are attacking Lyon away from home and looking every inch potentially a side that will finish in the top 10 in their first season back in Ligue 1, and that is admirable. Paris at times have been very good this season, a little inconsistent, not quite the same level as Lorient, but they've done well. They're going to stay up as well. There is no potent threat at the moment from Lyon. It was all a bit flat, it was all a bit predictable. Just wonder, what can Paulo Fonseca do to change things? He's a player, he's a manager that's been given time, and here come Quasi and Lorient down the right hand side, but he's in fact offside according to the assistant referee over on the far side. So an offside against Quasi, the Burkina Faso international. Wide on the left hand side is Alfonso Moreira. This is Tyler Morton. It's perfect pass for Steve Kango. Takes it in his stride, whips one in. It's a dangerous looking ball. Lurking in there for the header was Yaremchuk, and it landed first at the head of Nathaniel Adjei, who was happy to put the header behind for a corner. Flying header from, in fact it was Barman Mighty. Lorient come to this game in reasonable form. Corner has come to nothing, by the way, from Lyon, and they could be in trouble here because there's a breakaway on. Bamba Dieng is carrying it all on his own. He's got three defenders chasing after him. One of them is Abner Vinicius, who was biting at his ankles and got the ball. Well, adamant that he was fouled there, but no, says the assistant referee over on the far side. Down goes Maitland-Niles. Free kick has been given for the foul. Maitland-Niles, former Arsenal man, former England international. Upended by Achu Avon, who really should have had a free kick at the other end. Looked like a foul by Abner Vinicius. So a free kick. Lorient lost their previous away game, 1-0 at Toulouse. Prior to that, a draw at Lille, 1-1. Drew 3-3 at Nice, lost 2-0 at Brest, won 2-0 at Rennes. That was their last away win, late January. Here comes the free kick. It's a good header up in the air from Adye. Herrera, bit of a shove in the back from Katsiras. Referee plays on, still got the ball. Tyler Morton, quick turn from him. Can he get the cross in from the left-hand side? Sends it wide. Quick ball into the box from Nati. Doesn't come to anything, but it will be a throw into Lyon over on the far side. Ligue 0, Lorient 0 is the score. Pantaloni looking on, hopeful that his side can get through to half-time with a clean sheet. 4.5 minutes to go to half-time, plus, of course, stoppage time. Did have that injury early on to Lebris that probably racked up a couple of minutes. Other than that, there's not been much to prevent this game from flowing freely. Long throw into the penalty area, and it's flicked in towards goal from the widest of angles from Roman Yaremchuk, but as the goalkeeper come darting out there, Ivan Mvogo, it made the angle almost impossible. I think it did come off the goalkeeper because, well, did it? No, looking at the replay, it didn't. It's a goal kick. I thought it came off the goalkeeper, but I looked at it from the other angle, and it certainly didn't. So a goal kick has been given. So a free kick now to Lorient, just inside the Lyon half. And they haven't won in either of their last two home games, Lyon. That goes without saying. They're 9 without a win. It's one of their worst runs for over a decade. It comes off the back of one of their best runs for over a decade. And it just kind of encapsulates just how inconsistent teams can be in French Ligue. The empty seats scattered around this fine stadium, the Groupama, just underlining how poor things are at the moment for Lyon. Under pressure, Paulo Fonseca. If he loses this one, there's a general feeling that Lyon need to make a change. He's been in charge for 18 months. Half of that time he's spent sitting in the stands because he's been serving a long touchline ban for an assault on a referee. It's good defending by Abdoulaye Faye. Clears the ball away under pressure from Steve Kanga. Now Tyler Morton trying to make things happen. He's just about kept it in play. Can't find Yaremchuk, and cleared away once more by Faye. We're into the last 2 minutes of the first half. Lyon 0, Lorient 0. And on the counter, there is a feel that Lorient could take on and score against Lyon. Abdel Vinicius. 90 seconds of the first half remaining. Steve Kanga. Kanga plays it back inside. A trot forward from Clinton Mata from the right-hand side. Lays it into a central position for his fellow central defender, Moussa Niakate. Now Abner Vinicius. Herrera. Whipped into the box by Nati, up in the air. Yaremchuk gets the first header, and then flag goes up against Yaremchuk. He's climbing all over Adye. He's a presence, that's for sure. Bang on the head for Adye. So a free kick, which is taken by goalkeeper Ivan Mvogo. Former Leipzig goalkeeper, PSV Eindhoven as well. Young Boys is where it all started for him in Switzerland. Ball by Makengo. Out wide is Katsiras. Plays it back again to Makengo. Reversing the ball back into a dangerous position for Barmo Mighty, but they go backwards before they intend going forward yet again. Three minutes of stoppage time, says the fourth official. So we're into that now. Most of that coming from the injury to Theo Lebris, who's had to go off with a knee injury, left knee injury, replaced by Katsiras. Looks like this is going to go in 0-0 at half time. The yellow card's just been handed out here to Ainsley Maitland-Niles for a late challenge. He becomes the first yellow card in this fixture. And it was a hold up on Pargis. That's one way of stopping Pargis, I suppose. And they come again with Makengo trying to cause problems. Gazal lashed away by Kango, who's been pretty solid on his Ligue debut in the right back position. The youngster, the Algerian under-17 international, only 18 years of age, 19 years of age, beg your pardon. Now that's a good ball out wide to Panosh Katsiras across the face of goal, and Greif did enough, but it's still kept alive. Pulled back by Kwasi, and then Pargis, it's angled towards goal from Achu Avon. Didn't have enough pace though, and it's fielded by the goalkeeper. And they're finishing the half strongly here. Are Lorient, a couple of decent chances there. Chasing their first away win in 6. And they'll be happy to go in 0-0 at half time. The 3 minutes are almost up, about 30 seconds to go. As Rashid Gazelle. Doesn't matter. Chance to charge forward for Gazelle again. Strong challenge coming in from Morton, but he doesn't get the ball where he wanted it. It's gone back to Lorient, who can work their way down the left with Kwasi. Kwasi stopped by the challenge of Steve Kango, and that's the last of the action in the first half. No goals to tell you about, very few chances. Lyon have found it difficult. Lorient have defended well. Well, they haven't won in 9. They could well go into double figures without a win tonight. Lyon know they need to be winning this one if their Champions League ambitions are to be kept realistic. 0-0 at half-time. And we have the second half coming your way in just a few minutes' time. Welcome back to our audio commentary coverage from the stadium here at Lyon. The Groupama Stadion, I should say. And Lyon 0, Lorient 0 at half time. Two sides out for the second half, and we've seen a change from the home team as well. Looks like Corentin Tolisso has entered the fold. We'll just confirm that in a second to see the graphic to see who he's come on for, because I didn't see the board. It is 0-0. And Endrick is on for Kango as the ball is played into the box. It's a looping header. So Kango's gone off and Endrick has come on. They're going to change their shape, I would imagine, slightly. Ainsley Maitland-Niles on the yellow card has gone back into the right back position. It's Endrick that's gone down the right. And Tolisso has come on for Gazelle, which I suspected was the case. Corentin Tolisso will sit in the hole. So it'll be as you were, but Endrick will take the right wing position. Tolisso will come in, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles will drop into the back line. Mangala has replaced Nati as well, so it's a triple change. Royal Mangala, a holding midfield player, will go in alongside Tyler Morton. And they've brought on their big guns in Endrick and Tolisso. Will it make a difference for Lyon? It seemed very predictable for large chunks of the first half, large waves of attack, but never really any likelihood of a promising outcome. It's Lorient defence has held firm. Into the penalty area we go now, and the cross comes in. It's a shot over the top of the crossbar from Oral Mangala. Cross coming in from Abner Vinicius. Got around the back, did Abner Vinicius, cuts it in. It's a really good bit of defending by Abdoulaye Faye. Came out and hit first time by Mangala, rising over the crossbar for a goal kick. 2 minutes into the second half, a triple substitution if you're just joining us back here for the second half. Lyon have brought on Tolisso, Endrick and Mangala for Nati, and for Gazelle and for Kango. Remember, the top scorer this season is Pavel Such. He's out injured at the moment. So they need goals from somewhere. Tyler Morton losing his way slightly, but he's got back up behind him in the shape of Mata. Niakate now out to the near side, and Moreira showed too much to Makengo. Makengo's given it away now. This is much better from Lyon early in the second half. You get the feel there's a bit of a buzz around the place now. They've brought on some of their top attacking players like Tolisso and Endrick. But it is still 0-0. Lyon is still there to be broken down, and they will remain a very well organised side. Header away by Clinton Mata, but it's been picked up here by Makengo. Now Jeng. Makengo again tries to play it through. It hit the back of Moreira rather fortuitously. That attack was brought to a grinding halt without really knowing it. Here's Endrick on the right-hand side, a chance to tease his way up against Abdoulaye Faye. Gets a cross in, header down, 1-0. Simple goal from Roman Yaremchuk. They bring on some quality, and they produce quality almost immediately. 3.5 minutes into the second half, and the cross from Endrick, and Yaremchuk finally gets the fuel that fuels his fire. The Ukrainian, the big man, doesn't even need to leave the ground with his jump. He just needs to angle his header from close range inside the 6-yard box, central position, past the goalkeeper Yvonne Mvogo, and it's Lyon that lead by 1-0. And maybe those changes and that goal will spearhead a change in fortune for Paulo Fonseca and his side. It's been long overdue, but a bit of quality has finally come the way of Lyon, and it's Endrick's cross. It's a great header. It's the first time they've put anything resembling a decent ball into the box, and that's what Endrick can do for you. Onto his left foot, lifts it in, and it is meat and drink for the big Ukrainian striker. Rising and scoring. Big smile on his face. Leon lead. Well, it's not a done deal that they've won this game, but it's certainly a big plus that they got the first goal in the game. Lorient's game plan up until half-time was working well, but they've just started to pose a whole new set of questions by bringing on Hendrik, Mangala and Tilly, so upgrades all three. It is a goal kick to Lorient, to Leon rather, and to take it is Dominic Greif. Dominic Greif puts the ball down in the centre of his 6-yard box, looks around left and right. Two defenders standing either side of him start running forward as he edges a clearance up towards the halfway line. It's cleared into touch by a Leon player. And it's lifted the whole stadium, that goal, because they've been frustrated by the lack of urgency really in the first 45 minutes from Leon. That prompting a triple change from Paulo Fonseca at half-time, and it's going to prompt in turn a change, I think, in a minute from Lorient. Here's Mighty, 23-year-old Ivorian, who once played for Reims and Marseille. He is in fact on loan by Mighty from Marseille, so he will be returning there in the summer, although I understand that Lorient are quite keen to bring him on a full-time basis. He's been a regular in their solid defence this season. 51.5 minutes on the clock, and Leon have the lead through Roman Yaremchuk. Finally, a bit of quality, and it was long overdue, wasn't it? Great ball in from Hendrik on the right-hand side. It just produces that quality, the Brazilian. On his day, he is a very good young player, 19 years of age. He'll probably be at the World Cup with Brazil. What we'll see of him, I do not know. But it's going to be interesting, I'm sure. Here come Lorient looking for an equaliser, and it's a shot from Quase, and it's on target. Dominic Greif dropping away to his left and making, in the end, a fairly routine save. Had some power on it. It's the save you expect the goalkeeper to make. Mauro Mangala gets it wide to this left-hand side, and Abner Vinicius opens up with some pace down the left. Moreira back inside again to Mangala, driving force in the midfield. Belgian international, former Nottingham Forest and Stuttgart player. Back out wide, cross comes in from Moreira. Big shots from Moreira for a handball. Referee says no. Lorient have it with Katsiras. He clears up to the halfway line. It's an easy header away from Niakate, and then Tyler Morton finding Ainsley Maitland-Niles, who's back in the right-back position again now. It's a long ball forward, taken on the chest by Barmo Mighty. Been beaten to it, though, by the big man Yaremchuk. His goal, the difference between the two sides. He cuts inside still. Yaremchuk goes for the shot. It's a good block by Nathan Adye. And suddenly there's a breakaway here for Lorient. The game is getting stretched, which is great from our point of view. Through the middle towards Pagis. Pagis just took it too close to the sniffing pair of Mata and Niakate in between, and they deal with it. But a win tonight would put them on 51 points, OL. And it would put them in 5th in the table. Still not in their hands, but that would deliver European football of some sort next season, most likely the Conference League. It's yet to be determined, with Paris Saint-Germain still in the Champions League and Strasbourg still in the Conference League, and of course Strasbourg still in the Coupe de France as well. So there's those permutations to take into the equation. Earlier on today, 10-man Toulouse losing 4-0 at home to Lille. Lille up to 3rd. Nice and Le Havre aiding their hopes of staving off relegation with a 1-1 draw. It wasn't a safe, but it just helps edge them clear of Auxerre, who are still picking up points. They've won it back again here through Makengo. Makengo once more, came off of his ankles, and that will drift away for a throw-in. on this near side to Leon. Makengo won it there down the right-hand side. Just having a look at that cross just now for Moreira, and it definitely hit the chest of Katseris. No handball. 10 minutes into the second half. Olympic Lyon 1, Lorient 0. Goal coming from Yaremchuk early in the second half. Just took them 3 minutes to make the difference, those three substitutions. Mangala, Tolisso and Hendrick. Hendrick, the provider of the cross for Yaremchuk to score his first goal for his new club. Picked up in the midfield by Mangala. Wide by Clinton Mata to Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Accurate crosses in this game. Lyon 4, Lorient 1. I can't remember the three other accurate crosses, probably corners, but he did have a couple of balls in. Of course, a little bit of concern for Lorient early on in the game, but by and large they just haven't provided the ammunition. Clearance is only partial, and it's reversed back inside the penalty area. It's a chance to make it 2. It's going to be a tap-in really with a head, and Tolisso makes it 2. Well, Hendrick was there trying to finish it all himself, and when it comes back out, Tolisso just has to aim into the net. It was Moreira that caused all the difficulty with the initial pass in towards Hendrick. Hendrick couldn't apply the finish, but Tolisso, the substitute, does, and those substitutes have made an immediate impact. Within 11 minutes of coming on, he scores his 8th goal in 26 this season in Ligue, does Corentin Tolisso. He is pivotal to this Olympique Lyonnais side, and he scores, well, running into the channel. It was cleared away. It was only cleared as far as Moreira plays it into Hendrick. He tries the shot, he's falling backwards, it's saved by the goalkeeper, it loops up in the air, and as it loops up in the air, it's a simple header for Corentin Tolisso into the empty net. It's, in a way, 2 assists for Hendrick. It probably won't be an official assist because it came off the goalkeeper on its way to Tolisso, but he's had a big part to play in 2 of the goals, and Tolisso makes it 2. And it's game over, you think, now, unless they can find a way back into this. Lorient, 2 goals in the space of 7 minutes has done them, and they've got a mountain to climb up here in the Groupama. There's Barmo Mighty, rather. Makenga. Kaju wants it back, but Makengo goes in the opposite direction. It's a poor piece of control by Achu Avon, but he still keeps possession. Goes out to Abdoulaye Faye on the left-hand side. Now Pargis. With him on the side, there's always a capability. It's Pargis who's played the ball in, and it's gone wide. How did he miss that? Bamba Dieng. What a ball from Pablo Pargis. He's a quality player. That's a great ball in. Pargis on the chest, keeper to beat, rams it past him and puts it wide. Goalkeeper came out quickly, in fairness, and that was what done it for Dieng. Puts it wide of Greif's right-hand post. Could have been 2-1. Could have been a whole different complexion about this game suddenly there. Good goalkeeping by Greif to make it nigh on impossible to get it past him, but Pargis with a great ball in. Well, they've made a difference, haven't they, the subs? I keep saying it, but it is so good, the cross from Hendrick for the first goal. Yaremchuk with a header. And then the second, another header, this time from Tolisso. Couldn't miss, really, Tolisso. All he had to do was just nod the ball from 7 yards out into the empty net. They're looking for more. They're looking for Moreira. There he is, Moreira on the left-hand side. He's got the overlap of Abner Vinicius on the left-hand side. Back again to Moreira. Inside it goes Mangala. A little turn from Hendrick. It's a good bit of play by Hendrick. He's weaving his way through. Can he make a way through? He goes down under the challenge, but it's not going to be a penalty. Katsira's just got in the way. And a clearance from Mighty up in the air, headed away by Adye. It will drop on the far side to Kwasi, and he can head up to the halfway line as Lorient look to break away. Trailing here by 2-0. 2 early goals in the second half by Yaramchuk and Taliso have given Lyon the lead. After a toothless first half display, they have come out fighting, and they've made a triple substitution which has made a complete difference. So chip ball out wide to the right and controlled by Panos Katsiras, but it rolls off his chest and out for a goal kick, and he sticks a hand of apology up in the air because really he should be killing that stone dead and getting the delivery in. So, Olympic Lyon leading by 2-0, and they come forward again in their numbers. Vinicius, they're attacking down the left-hand side more so than the right. This seems to be the danger area for them. They've got Vinicius and Moreira, are both very dangerous players getting forward. Tolisso, 61 on the clock. It's a great ball for Tolisso to make the Niles. Turn by Mangala, goes back to Clinton Matter, and the pressure is off the shoulders here of Lyon. So long since a win, they've turned the corner now. Scored in all 22 home Ligue games in the league under Fonseca. He's never failed to score. Tonight is no exception. 2 early second half goals. Bambajan, Kengo, and then back to Barmo Mighty. Lorient is still in this game if they can get the next goal. Pargis, that's a good ball out wide. And then the attempted cross from Kwasi is stopped in his tracks, in fact, by the assistant referee's flag on this near side. He's offside. Free kick to Lyon, who lead by 2-0. Looks like they're on their way to a first win in 3 at home. .5 minutes on the clock. We're past the hour mark. We're heading towards the halfway point of the second half. We feel that they've got the capabilities here, Lyon, with the new firepower that they've introduced to the system, to score more goals. Next goal, if there is one, will shape which way this game is going. It's 2-0, and you can't see it going any other way than 3-0. 3 points to Lyon. Well, you never know, it might be 3-0. 3 points to Lyon, but Lorient just had a chance, which was put wide by Zhang, and it was a big chance. If that goes in, it's 2-1, and there might be every reason for a nervy finish, because this is a Lyon side that haven't won for a long time. Into the 64th minute of the game. This is Tyler Morton. He's had an exceptionally good season in the midfield. The man signed from Liverpool. Couldn't really get a regular game for Liverpool. Tired of being loaned out. This offer come along, and he decided to take a fresh approach, and the challenge of French football has appealed to him, and he's done really well. Alfonso Moreira brought down illegally by the referee. No, it's Barlow Mighty that won the ball fair and square. And, we drew 0-0 away at Angers last week. Prior to that, a 2-1 home loss against Monaco. They lost here to Celta Vigo, crashed out of Europe in the Europa League. Le Havre away was a 0-0 draw. Celta Vigo away 1-1 Lyon. That was when they did put in a good performance. They drew here with Paris. And prior to that, Lens came here and won by the odd goal in 5. They lost by the odd goal in 5 at Marseille. They were comprehensively beaten at Strasbourg. Their last win was the 15th of February, a 2-0 win against relegation-threatened Nice here. That's the run they've been on. today, if they don't win, it's 10 without a win. They can ill afford that if they want Champions League football around these parts next season. It's still out of their hands, but they've just got to keep winning. This is Makenga. Out to the left-hand side. It's a good ball as well. Quasi tees it up. Faye gets the cross in. An attempted overhead kick from Pagis. And the referee says no penalty as Bamba Dieng goes down in the area, and he stays down. And, well, whilst he's down, the visiting team, Lorient, has still got the ball. They need to kick it out because it's theirs to kick out. It's their man that's down, but they're playing on. I think they're finally going to surrender by giving the ball and kicking it out for a throw to Leon. Leon will give it back. As the ball comes in, it's an overhead kick. It came to, oh geez, it was just taken out from behind. Now, is this a foul? No. What's happened here? It's Caceres and Alfonso Moreira have both collided with one another. VAR are having a look. Moreira went down and he fell over, but going backwards did Bamba Dieng. He fell over Moreira, who had stumbled to the ground after the coming together. I don't think that's going to be a penalty, but VAR might see it a little bit different. And certainly the referee is going to come over and have a look, and this could be a game changer, because if they get a penalty and score here, Lorient, it's game on. So, referee comes across. There is hope for Olivier Pantaloni. VAR is being checked. He's fallen. No, he was pushed. He was pushed in the back by Caceres. That's the key. He was pushed, and as he's pushed, he goes sliding down and in through the back. I don't think you can give a penalty for that, but it doesn't mean he's not going to give a penalty. Here he comes, referee Benoit Bastien. What's he going to give? I don't think he's going to give a penalty. I think he's going with me on this one. Well, what's he going to give? He's announcing to the crowd now, and he's saying that the challenge from the defender, well, I can't believe that. He's going to give a penalty. Oh no, he's not. He's going to give a free kick. So decision maintained, no penalty. It's the right decision. I thought he was going to give a penalty there, and I repeat, it could have been a penalty, but the fact that Alfonso Moreira was pushed in the back deliberately by Panos Caceres, which meant that he tumbled to the ground, and then as he went backwards, Bamba Dieng tumbled over him, and yes, in the lights of the rule book, it's a penalty. But he was pushed, and he wouldn't have been down there if he wasn't pushed. So you've got to give the initial push before you get the penalty. Chronologically, it can't be a penalty. Right decision by Benoit Bastien and Bastien de Sheppy on the VAR with William Lavis. So a free kick. We just hit the halfway mark in the second half, 3/4 of the way through. Dominic Greif goes long, flicked on by Tolisso. Can't be bothered to chase after that one, Yaremchuk. He's a big striker, he doesn't need all that running. So he lets it run through to Yvon Mvogo in the Lorient goal. Yaremchuk's 49th minute goal, and then Tolisso's header 7 minutes later have Lyon in control of this match. They haven't won in 9. This will be the first win in 10. It's a worrying set of results that have taken Lyon from the brink of Champions League to every chance of not even playing European football next season, which would be a disaster. They have the ball at the moment though. Oran Mangala and Corentin Tolisso combining in the midfield. It's gone all the way back to Niakate. Abner Vinicius cut out by Barman Maiti. It's a throw-in. It's a throw-in to Lorient. It's been helped back by Bomber mighty to his goalkeeper in Virgo. Nothing he could have done about the 2 goals. He lifts it up to the halfway line. Jumping high was Makengo, but it's beaten easily in the air by Moreira. So much so, the referee has given a free kick. Another foul by Moreira. Free kick taken quickly. And worked away along to the right from the left by Pablo Pagis. Pagis again. He is the go-to man. He's the creator. He's the little magician for Lorient. 23 years of age. You wonder whether he'll still be with Lorient next season. I suspect not. The big gun comes in. So he's got that capability of being the creator. Just think what he could do with a whole set of slightly better players around him. Here he is now on the left-hand side. He's been brought down from behind by Morton. Pagis wins a free kick. We're into the last 20 minutes. Right, Endrick come on at half-time. 17 touches, 3 duels won, 3 dribbles completed, 2 assists, and a shot that's been blocked as well. It's not a bad contribution in what? 25 minutes. Well, he hit the ground running for Lyon, but he's been in pretty wretched form of late. Ball into the box, and that's good from Dominic Greif. Came flying out of his 6-yard box. He took the ball, he took Abdoulaye Faye, he took Clinton Mata. Anything that moved, he took the lot. That's how a goalkeeper should be in those situations. So 2-headed goals, one from Yarmochuk and one from Tolisso. Lyon very much in control of this game as we head into the last 20 minutes or so. Well, a victory puts them right back into the picture. It doesn't give them the controlling interest in the battle for points, in the battle for European football. Greif has gone down with an injury, so there is currently a breaking play here. Quick reminder of the other results today in Ligue 1. 10-man Toulouse went down 4-0 at home to Lille. Nice and Le Havre, 2 teams still very much in the relegation battle just above the drop zone. They drew 1-1 to a point apiece there to help aid their recovery mission. Well, we're waiting for Dominic Greif to get back to his feet again. I think he's going to be okay. And he is indeed okay. So we're back into the running again. And the clearance away by Greif. I don't think there was an awful lot wrong with him, really. It's just broken up and fragmented the play a little bit more, which will suit Lyon, leading here by 2-0. If they can get a goal back, and they have threatened Lorient in small doses tonight, if they were to get the next goal, it would make for an interesting finale. And as I said, they haven't won in their last 9, Lyon, so that would immediately put the pressure on them. At the moment at 2-0, they've got no pressure, and they've played reasonably well in this second half. Here come the home side again, and it's a ball into the penalty area, trying to find Yarmochuk. He's denied by a last-ditch block by Faye, puts it behind for a corner. And a kick to Lyon, who lead by 2-0. Comes the corner, punched away by Mvogo. This is Pagis. Oh, he's weaved his way out of that one magically, but it is recovered by Mangala. He's had a good game since coming on. Tilly, so he too. Players that have come on, Hendrick, Mangala, Tilly. So I said at the time, all an upgrade, and they really have upgraded. Back with goalkeeper Dominic Greif, and he's going to clear it long downfield, and you do get the feeling that perhaps the wind has been taken out of the sails of Lorient here. They've battled hardly. Jarmochuk, the goal will certainly do it for Leon. And it's wide to Hendrick, and Hendrick can have another tease at Kwasi. Abdoulaye Faye's over there to help out and double up, and they might need that. Still going here. Hendrick cuts back inside. Looks to the referee for a free kick, but they've still got the ball, Leon. This is Moreira. He's brought down on the edge of the penalty area. The referee's 2 yards away and says, get up. He's not giving that free kick. He went down too easily in the eyes of the referee. Here come the home side again, but they've given the ball away deep inside their own half. This might be a chance for Kaju. Ramo Martin. Kaju again. Reverses it back inside this Makengo. Now it's going to be played out wide to Kwasi. Kwasi, can he get the cross in, Arsene Kwasi? He can. It's just about dealt with by Niakate and cleared by Morton, but not far enough, and he's been brought down on the edge of the penalty area there as Achu Avon, and that's a free kick. And if they can get something here, this could be a very nervous 10 minutes or so for Leon. They're doing things the hard way. Greif is lining up his wall. Might need to utilise this wall to the best of his abilities. He needs to keep it tight. Can they keep the shutout? Pagis is there, and he is a danger. The wall has a draft excluder and a full complement of 5. They are not taking any chances with this free kick. Leon. Lorient's Pablo Pagis is there. He's going to give it a blast just left of centre. Here it comes from Pagis. For the moment that left his foot, you knew where that was going. High over the crossbar. It's poor, really. So a goal kick to Leon, and they won't rush to get the ball out forward. They just need to keep the possession at the moment. Just wonder if they can go to PSG next week and cause a problem, because that's the trouble, is that Leon's next game is away at PSG. Then they host Arja here, and Arja need points if they are to stay up. And a home game against Rennes, who are still pushing an outside chance of European football themselves. A tricky trip to Toulouse, and a home game here against high-flying Lens. There are no easy games coming up for Lyon. Change is in the offing. As Sambu Sumano comes on for Bamba Dieng. Like-for-like change up top. Jin's number is up. just about to head into the last 10 minutes of this game. Free kick for Lyon. It's about 30-35 yards from goal. Played by Morton, wide to Moreira, gets the cross in, it's a good header away by Kaju, and then charged down really well by Kwasi. Kwasi leads the charge, he's been brought down from behind, and the referee's going to play on, but he will give a yellow card there in a minute. Good advantage from the referee, a shot comes in, and it's tipped around the post, really good save. Avon let rip from distance, and that was really unlucky because he gets down, Dominic Greif, and it just brushes his fingertips and goes wide. Was it going in? I think it might have done. That is a splendid save from Dominic Greif. Well, just when your goalkeeper needs to produce the goods, he does exactly that. So, a corner. As Tyler Morton takes the applause of the crowd, he's going to come off. Had a good game for him, smile on his face, he's enjoying his football in France. Tyler Morton making way for the USA international Tanner Tessman, who can see out the last 10 minutes or so. Here comes the corner for Lorient. It's going to be taken by Pargis on the left-hand side, the far side. It's whipped in dangerously. Trying to get his head onto it was Adje. It's been cleared away. And the header by Kwasi. Back down the line to Pargis, the corner taker, scoops it up in the air. Lovely piece of skill from him. He is a fantastic entertainer, Pargis. Where they're going from here. Lorient. Next week they're at home against Olympique Marseille, which should be a cracking game. Then they host Strasbourg. They'll go to PSG and then a trip to bottom of the table Metz. 2 homes followed by 2 aways. Top 10 finish would represent a fabulous return for them. It's a free kick here to Pargis and Lorient. Pargis lining up the shot. So that 30 yards out, he's whipped it in, and it needed to go in underneath the crossbar, and Adje arrived at the back post, and the Ghanaian has put it over the bar, and it was a gilt-edged chance. It bounced up just in front of him, and it's one of them where you've got to try and control the volley, and he didn't do that, and it went flying over the top of the crossbar. Big chance that for Lorient to get right back into it. Well, the Lyon fans are bouncing up and down and celebrating a long overdue victory. It puts them right in sight of European qualification. But they're going to need to go and get something really at Paris Saint-Germain next weekend. And that's not going to be easy. Not by any means. We all know that. So, 84 on the clock, 6 minutes to go. Lyon leading by 2-0. 2 early headers in the second half. First from Yaremchuk, the second from Tolisso, the substitute. Both goals made by Endrick, who also came on as a sub. Kluivert is about to come on. Ruben Kluivert, defender. Very well established footballing family, of course. Now off of his line is Yvonne and Vargo to deny the big man Roman Yaremchuk. This is Abdoulaye Faye, Kwasi. Just about come, I think, here for Kaju. He goes down, referee gives a free kick. There's still time for this game to take a twist or turn or two. As we prepare to embark on the final 5 minutes, and Kluivert is going to come on, and the man that he replaces is Yaramchuk. So a striker comes off and a defender comes on. I think you can see where that one's going. Shoring things up. Clean sheet is now more important than the third goal, you would think. On comes Kluivert. When he has played this season, I've been impressed with him. Solid, dependable defender. Barmo Mighty. Brings it back to the halfway line, and Katsiras. Mighty again. Kaju. Puts it back again, Mighty, but it's gone the opposite direction. Played out by Quasi. This is Abdoulaye Faye. Deep ball into the box. It's cleared away just about by Abner Vinicius. There was a hint that it might have hit his hand there. There weren't any appeals, so maybe it's just my trail of thinking. And there's still time for one late comeback. To do that, they need a goal pretty much now. They've got themselves a throw-in right down by the corner flag. Parjis is going across to take it. They need to be on their toes here. They're making it difficult. Parjis winning the corner. Corner is taken. It's headed down by Abdoulaye Faye. It bounces once, twice, and up into the arms of the goalkeeper. That could have been anywhere. In the end, it was straight up into the goalkeeper's arms. And Leon happy to clear through Vinicius. It's a foul. And they will take that free kick all day long. You've got to give credit to Lorient. Went 2-0 down. You felt like the wind was taken out of their sails, but they're giving it a real good go to try and get back into this game. And another day, one of those chances that they've created, and they have created 2 or 3 decent chances in this second half after going 2-0 down. One of them goes in. It's a completely different game, and there would be a very nervous feel about Lyon at the moment. And the fact that they've just brought off their striker Yaramchuk and replaced him with a defender in Ruben Kluivert tells you that they are serving the utmost respect to their visitors here. An injury to Corentin Tolisso. Landed awkwardly on his side. So the old ice pack is out to apply to the... Looks like a kind of rib, maybe. Not so much rib, more side to the back. 2-0 up Lyon, and they're close. 2 minutes plus injury time, close to the victory that they strive for. Just wonder how Lorient will feel if they can get a result next week against Marseille. Of course, it's a massive game for Marseille, isn't it? As they strive for European football next season, in particular the Champions League. They're going to have to go to Lorient next week. Big game for them. Beat Metz with ease on Friday, but I think Lorient are going to be a whole different kettle of fish. Last minute is upon us. Olympique Lyon 2, FC Lorient 0. The Tango Zenoir don't have the best away record, but they have picked up a few points on the road and made it difficult for quite a few of the big guns. Next away game for them is the Parc de France. That'll be another backs to the wall mission, I'm sure. Chipped into the penalty area, it's headed away forcefully by Niakate, and it's gone behind for a corner. Olivier Pantaloni's side giving it a good go. There's about 30 seconds of normal time to go here. Corner from Pargis, outswinger, it's looped in towards goal and it drops down into the arms of goalkeeper Dominic Greif underneath the crossbar. He drops down to the floor, kills a few more seconds. We hit the 90-minute mark. The fourth official comes out and indicates that there will be a further 6 minutes to be added because of goal celebrations, substitutions, VAR checks, penalties and injuries. I suppose it's probably about right when you rack it all up. With the ball at the back with Katseras. Long raking ball to the far side. A minute into 6 minutes of stoppage time, and he's pulled up there after that long crossfield ball. Barmo Mighty, he's gone down clutching his knee. That's going to serve up a few more minutes of additions. So quite what the referee will add on for that. It's a strange one, that. He jarred his knee and he is limping heavily. Is it Adjei? It's no, it's Achu Avon. Back on his feet. Long ball forward, the chase is on. Goalkeeper's come a long way out of his penalty area, but he wasn't required in the end. Palmo Mighty took care of it himself. Long ball down the line, it came off of Abner Vinicius. Experienced defending from him. It's going to be a throw in midway inside the Leon half. It seems to have recovered from that injury. Achu Avon. 2.5 of the 6 minutes have gone. There'll probably be another minute or two added to that now as the ball is chipped into the penalty area. It's helped on. Can they smuggle it over the line? They very nearly did. And it was a chance for Panos Katseras, who holds his head in his hands and thought he might have got his first ever near gone goal there. The Greek couldn't find a way to smuggle the ball past Dominic Greif. It's a good ball in. First header by Makengo, nearly causing problems, and a little unlucky Panos Katseras. So it is going to be a goal kick. Well, they're taking their time. Up towards the halfway line it goes, and there's a bit of room for Endrick on the far side. Quick ball into the penalty area, overhit, straight through. And Vogo comes out and deals with it with ease. So the clock is ticking. And it does have a feel now that this is very much a game out of the reach of Lorient, and they're trying to bundle forward, and with it they've given the ball to Endrick. Endrick is smothered very quickly and knocked flying to the ground by the forceful challenge of Abdoulaye Faye, but he did take the ball fair and square. Ball knocked into the penalty area. Abner Vinicius slicing it behind. It will be a corner. Danger not fully averted just yet. So a corner kick to Lorient. Tolisso comes back and points to his temple as if to say, come on, concentrate, concentrate. Still 2-0. Pargis will take this corner. Time is fast running out. We've played 5 of the 6 minutes added on. There will be a little bit extra for the injury just now to Achu Avon. They've got time to get one, just to put a little panic on Leon at the very end. But it might be too little too late even if they do. It's a bit of pinball wizard, and there was a panic for Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Just slices it behind for another corner when really he could have just taken stock, let it bounce and then clear over his shoulder. But safety first is the name of the game, I suppose. Another corner. It's again going to be taken by Pargis, who's been a big influencer tonight for Lorient, but they're going to go down 2-0 here by the look of things. Injury time is almost at its conclusion. Looking to break through Leon's clean sheet with what could be the last throw of the dice. Pargis whips it in right-footed. Good delivery, header towards goal. And just wide from Nathaniel Adjei. It was a chance, and the delivery in was perfect from Pargis. Great header. It was Barmo Mighty, in fact, who got the header, not Adjei. Goes wide. So it will be a goal kick. The injury time, 6 minutes indicated, has expired. Just waiting for the final whistle from the referee. Ball is going to be placed on the ground by Dominic Greif. This might be it. So, out comes from Greif. Referee looks at his watch and carries on. And then he does blow the final whistle. Benoit Bastien, well, headed goals early in the second half. The first from Yarmolenchuk, his first for the club, and then Tolisso on as a sub. Hendrick making them both. Final score here, Lyon 2, Lorient 0. Thank you very much for your company this evening. We'll catch you all again very soon. Good night.